what would you say some of the main issues are with modern Western women right now?
Wow. Okay, so
just don't hold back. You won't offend me. It's fine.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I wouldn't say you really fit into these things because one of the ones I'm going to say the foundation, I would say the root problem is a lack of critical thinking skills.
Okay.
And what I mean by this is they tend to go off of their feelings and not necessarily it's off how they feel versus what's real, right? So even in the face of logic and numbers, it's about, oh, well, I'm going to manifest it, or I hope it's going to happen. I can't tell you how many times. We have a delusion calculator on our show, right? And we'll ask a girl, okay, describe your dream man. We'll put his height in, 6'3", never fails.
Really?
$100,000 per year.
That's
like the magic height, yeah, pretty much, right? Or over 6 feet, 9 out of 10 times. You know, black or white or whatever it may be. Or sometimes they'll put all race. Do you want to be educated? Yeah, like a college degree would be nice, blah, blah. And then we, you know, and here's the thing. Our calculator is very accurate. It comes from the National Health Survey and from the U.S. Census Bureau. So it's the most accurate assessment of men in the United States. And it comes out to like 1%. And it literally, in a sense, and it gets like a cat bag score. It'll be like 5 out of 5. So it'll get 5 out of 5 cat bags, right? And the girl will see like it's less than 1% of men. And I'll be like, okay, the chances of you finding this guy are literally like nowhere to be found. And they'll still say, I'm going to manifest it. Instead of dropping their standards and like thinking like, damn, do I qualify for this guy? I'm 32 years old. I got a master's degree. Like, is this guy going to want me back? Right? I make $100,000 plus a year, but I'm not that hot. I'm a little overweight. Do I qualify for this guy? Instead of having critical thinking skills and saying, I should probably lower my standards so I can find the man that I want, be able to have children, have a family, because that's going to give me real satisfaction. They say, no, I'm going to manifest it. He's out there somewhere. And the worst part, the girls at the table help them indulge in the delusion. Yeah, girl, you go. You're going to find them. And I literally just let them go. And I look, say, audience, y'all see this? This is why women perpetually stay single, because they give each other terrible advice. They coach each other and they don't say anything like to tell them the truth. Like, girl, you might want to lower your standards. Hell no. They never tell each other the truth.
Do you think there are women that do deserve these kinds of men? Like, do you think if a woman wants this, she's actually not delusional? Is there like what do you have to be delusional? Is it like old and fat and master's degree?
I would
like,
say no.
It's
just an unawareness of where they qualify, right? So it's thinking I'm successful, so I deserve a successful man. And unfortunately, the metrics to get that man aren't your success as a woman.
Yeah.
I would say another big thing that is unspoken, and people get mad at me for saying this, is if a woman wants a guy that's higher status, higher earning, etc., you got to be prepared to share him, which means he's going to fuck other bitches, bro. It doesn't matter what you say. Every higher status guy typically has 1 or 2 or 3 girls. Maybe he has a main chick and he has a mistress. Maybe he has 2 or 3 wives, but they mess around with escorts. They always have other women. That's like the biggest thing that girls can't get over. But that comes back to that delusion. You're telling me you're an average looking girl and you think you deserve a top shelf guy and he's going to be monogamous to you? Like, what? That's ridiculous. Guys don't go ahead and conquer the world and make all this money and get in shape and shit to fuck one bitch. That's ridiculous. That's literally ridiculous. And I tell girls all the time, I'm never going to be monogamous. I didn't like become a multimillionaire one bitch. That's stupid.
That's why I think a man of God is a good thing, you know, a good Christian man, a good Christian
He's
man.
got one of bitches too.
Is he going to do it though? I'm thinking, a good Christian man is...
He would have to be super, super aligned with religion. And the thing is that honestly, that guy, he's going to go find a girl in the church. He's going to go find a girl that's like a virgin or some shit. He's going to go like out of his way to find like a girl that's like super religious like him. You know.
So what other issues are there with modern women? So we're delusional. Yeah. We lead with our emotions.
Yeah. So lack of critical thinking skills, right? Fairly delusional about where they stand in the pecking order.
Okay.
Chasing the wrong things, right? So pursuing a career and income and thinking that's going to make them more attractive to the man that they want. I can't tell you how many times we ask a girl, what do you bring to the table to a man that's successful? And they say, my money, my status.
She does?
Oh, women say it all the time. All the time, dude. Because think about it. If they go to school and they pursue a master's degree or a bachelor's degree, or they work really hard to get their job, they should be proud of it, right? I get it. But we masculinize women and we tell them, go ahead and chase a career, make money, and that's going to make you more attractive to a man. And the reality is men really don't give a shit, but girls don't know this. They think that men care. Because the other thing, too, is that women think, another big mistake that modern day women have, they think attraction is symmetrical. But the reality is...
What does that mean?
So it's the same thing between men and women. But the reality is that it's asymmetrical. Yeah. So the things that a man are attracted to versus the things that a woman are attracted to are completely different. What I mean by this is women typically look for survival value. Yeah. Height, strength, income, competence, confidence, ambition. They look for skill sets that will allow the man to provision for her long-term and her children. Men, on the other hand, look for what I call replication value. Can you give me hot? Are you hot? Yeah. Are you fertile? Are you young? Is your hair long? Do you have nice teeth? All these things, like men look for replication value, women look for survival value. So, but women, on the other hand, think that men look for survival value, which is absolutely ludicrous, because when a man comes into a relationship with a woman, most guys, at least the guys that women want, aren't looking like, oh, this chick's totally going to support me. Like, no. Very masculine men will not accept $1 from a woman. Like, if I'm out with a girl, I will never let her pay, because that's just like my thing. I'm not, what the hell? No, you're not going to pay. I'm the one running this. And the other thing too, why I tell guys why you got to pay for dates and lead dates, etc., is because you control the frame, which is inherently attractive.
So funny. This is so funny to me because, and I'll try like keep this. I won't get so personal, but I know, I know a lot of different people in the online space, and I know how they interact personally in the real world once they've taken off their online mask. And a lot of these men who are like, yeah, you got to hold frame, and I'm the man, and all that. Like, they're splitting bills with women, and
fuck that.
No, it's really funny to me. They're splitting bills with women.
Unacceptable.
And yeah, these are men that people know, and I'm here just
like me and wife 4. We're gonna go out after this. I'm not gonna let her pay. Today's sponsor is Be Naked. After 30, your testosterone drops by 2% every year. Yeah, that's right. While you're out here scrolling TikTok, your masculinity is packing his bags. But you don't have to be that guy. Step up with Naked Organs. This ain't no soy boy supplement. This is straight up 100% bison organs, liver, kidney, heart. The stuff men have been using for centuries to stay sharp, strong, and keep their testosterone sky high. Forget your vegan pea protein, quinoa, or whatever weak sauce they're pushing. This is Primal Power, packed with B12, iron, and zinc. Real nutrients that your body needs to stay jacked and ready to dominate. Go to BeNaked.com, use code FRESH, and get 15% off. Keep your masculinity in check, guys. Code word FRESH. BeNaked.com, use code FRESH for 15% off.
What if she has not like a career, but she has a job, obviously,
So here's my thing.
So she has money, obviously not as much as you, but she has money. So should you still be paying?
So here's my thing with women and jobs and everything. I'm not anti-women working or anti-women making money. What my thing is, I always say this, right? And it's kind of funny because women get mad at me when I say this, right? I think for a woman, working is elective. If you want to go out and pursue a career and make money, cool. But I will cover all the main bills, etc. You're my girl. I'm going to provide and take care of you because I think the man should be the breadwinner. And if a woman does want to work, it needs to be elective. Now, on the other side, right, girls get mad at me when I say this, I think it's elective for a girl to, who cares about a girl's coming? The guy's got to come. Yeah, see, I knew someone was going to get mad at that.
I'm not mad. I just have a different opinion.
So I think it's, so this is what I think it is. I think for a man, working, for a woman, working is elective. For a man, making his girl is elective, because a woman's job is to satisfy her man sexually. A man's job is to provide and protect for his woman. Because to be honest with you, men have to bring way more to the table than women do in general. So you want me to protect you, provide for you, be a leader, make more money than you, be more competent, confident than you, and make you, what the hell? That's not a fair trade. Like, that's bullshit.
So I'm not going to get into too much detail about this because that would be slightly unladylike. But
enough.
what I will say is, so I think working, I'll start with the working. I think working is elective.
Yes.
And I agree. I think even if she makes a little bit of money, it's still all on him. But then if she decides to work, she still better be bringing what she needs to bring to the table, right? The femininity, the peace, the home, the nurture. She decides to work.
Yeah, once her work gets into, messing with her head and hurting the quality of the relationship, that's when you got to cut those hours back, etc. But, I think I think women should have the comfort and the security. And I think every woman yearns for this, but they can't find it. Of being able to go to work or do whatever they do and be able to tell their boss at any point in time, fuck you, I don't need this job. I think every woman wants to be able to tell their boss that, should they need to. Work if you want, but if your boss talks to you crazy, you can always say, fuck you, I don't need this job. My man takes care of me. I'll just get an allowance or some shit. I don't know. Yeah. But girls want that deep down.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. In terms of like the other stuff, I don't know. Like that's for every couple to decide.
Oh, the coming thing. Yeah, no, I'm just being funny.
Yeah, that's for every couple to decide. But what I will say is, if you can't satisfy her in the bedroom, she may look elsewhere. So I'll leave that to you, Myron.
That's why I said it's elective.
I'll leave that to you.
1 out of every 2 sessions, maybe. 50% of the time, you make her.
You got to make sure she's happy. I'll leave that to you.
Well, you're accomplishing all these other things. She should be happy.
I'm sure that will satisfy her too. Anyway, so
and most girls, real quick, get off on their guy getting off. Most women get, not most, but a large.
Someone in the room just went, I'm wondering whether that was.
Yeah.
I don't know who said it. Was it
so your bro knows.
I feel like it was wife number 4 that said that.
Maybe her.
Oh, wasn't it my brother? Oh, okay.
Oh no, it was her too.
Oh, it was my brother? Okay.
But a large amount of women do get off on their guy getting off. You know what I mean? Because for women, they understand that their value a lot of times comes from their sexuality and their beauty, and being able to satisfy a man sexually is a big thing for a woman. Because let's be honest here, the main reason why guys deal with women is for their sexuality. That's the main reason. If girls didn't have, guys want to talk to them. Let's be honest.
Do you know what? I agree. We're annoying. So what would you say some of the biggest differences are between Western women and Eastern women? And because I know that's something you talk a lot about.
Yeah, so I spent a good amount of time in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and they're becoming westernized. Don't make no mistake about it. Like they're becoming super westernized, right? The women aren't covering their hair, super haram. Which I'm not the best Muslim either, so I'm a little bit of a hypocrite too. But when I noticed this when I was in Romania as well. The women are just more feminine. They're more ladylike in general. Yeah. Here in America, like the women are super masculine. They'll talk to you like they're a guy. A lot more swearing, a lot louder, a lot more crass. When you bring in one thing I noticed about with foreign girls is, especially like with Romanian women, if I bring them like around my friends or whatever, they're quiet. They don't like talk. You know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, the men are talking. I'm just going to be quiet, which I think is like it's kind of like an understated thing that's attractive. It's like you're just there. You don't speak unless you're spoken to. You don't embarrass your guy. You make him look good. If it's at his house or whatever, you ask the guys if they want anything to drink. You bring them refreshments. Like that's how I was raised. Like I come from a 2-parent household. Like my mom, anytime my dad's friends came in, my mom always went to the kitchen immediately, made food, gave them refreshments. Like my dad didn't have to say anything. Like she just knew what time it was. She just made him look good every single time. Even when they came every day, she just made it happen. So I think that's something that's also lost in Western women, like catering to their man and his friends and always making him look good and not embarrassing him. But American women a lot of times feel okay with talking to you crazy in front of your friends, talking back to you, disrespecting you, challenging your authority in front of your friends. Like these are all things that are super unattractive. Oh, I'm going to be witty and rambunctious and tease my guy and challenge him. What the fuck is that bullshit? Nobody wants that. I don't know what clown is telling girls challenge your man. Shut up. Like the world already challenges men. Like men don't want to be challenged by their girls. Shut up. Make a little bit. I'll be good.
So it's funny that you say that because I think that those men are more masculine too. So I think Eastern European men are more masculine. Mm-hmm. The Arab men in the Middle East, they're more masculine. Whether, Israeli men, they're more masculine, even though...
Them boys.
Even though, people, them boys. People don't really... Anyway. So that's interesting. Why do you think that is? Like, that is the place to go to find a husband or a wife, the other side.
Well, typically, the poorer the country, and I agree with Andrew on this. We've talked about this when I was in Romania hanging out with him, that typically the poorer a country is, the more people revert to their natural gender roles, right? Yeah. So, you look at, Colombia, Thailand, Philippines, Brazil, South America, all these, Eastern Europe, Ukraine, right? Ukraine used to be a huge place where guys would go to get girls. Romania, all these places, right? Russia, like people tend to, align more with their natural gender roles because that's their natural state, and it allows them to go ahead and fend off the elements, right, better when they're in their natural gender roles, right? Mm-hmm. Like women understand that I am physically to a man, so I should have a man do physical labor, etc., and go out and create excess resources for me and the children. I'm going to stay back and take care of the children and nurture them, etc. That's how things worked for centuries, right? That's how the world became the world that it is now, where we are able to have I call the privilege of being in a first world clown world where, the gender roles are mixed and we don't know what the genders are and we don't know what a man is or a woman is. We can't even define what a woman is now anymore. So it's clown world stuff. But it's because of men and women being in their traditional gender roles for so long that we've been able to have the privilege of people being able to not be able to distinguish genders anymore. That's how good we have it.